Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day number 40. We're playing against knight c3 here. That's really interesting. I'll play d5. I don't see a problem with it. Day number 40 on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. Can I play d4 here? d4, does the knight go on to d5? I can just kick it out with c6 probably. If the knight goes here, then do I play c5? That's the question, I guess. Let's think. Is takes better? I'm gonna play d4. I assume, okay, gotcha. And now I'm gonna play e5, but I have good central control here. I assume this is a normal opening. I don't know it very well. I'll say that much. Here I kind of want to play c5. Um, I'm thinking as well what else I can do in this position. Maybe it's good to solidify this pawn. The queen has a check if I play f6 or f5, so f5 would be bad. F6 would still be bad. Bad, I don't know, because then I play g6, I guess. But I want to make space for this knight to get in the game. Let's see. Let me think. What should I do here? c5 looks interesting. Allowing me to slot my knight onto c6. It does close in my bishop, though, my dark squared bishop, but I don't really mind that. Bishop e7, bishop d6, both look like fine moves. Play c5 here. I am opening myself to a check, but I think that's fine. You can just go with the bishop. Okay. So they're trying to eye this square. I guess the idea is queen here now, right? It's a fair idea. I can go knight f6. Knight f6 is knight h5 annoying? I don't think so. I think this is fine. Play knight f6, probably bishop d6 to add some protection to this pawn, or maybe even knight c6. I guess that was the idea in the first place. They're going to go here, and then what am I going to do? Maybe instead I should find a more flexible way to add protection to the pawn. So bishop here, and then this way, and I castle. That looks better. The problem is if I go knight c6, then knight g5 comes in, it becomes really hard to defend this square. Annoyingly hard, actually. So let's do this. And then castle if knight g5. But yeah, sorry, I didn't even get to do my intro. Day number 40, I believe, on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. We're playing a game against the pool, against the 1770 from the US. This should be fun. Bishop g4 walks into h3, and I don't really have a counter. Instead, I can just develop my knight. Maybe I have protection here, and then fianchetto the bishop. Or maybe, you know what? Let's get rid of this bishop. This bishop's really annoying. Let's see if we can trade it off. And we can, it looks like. Okay, fantastic. Yes, I have doubled pawns, but also my rook is completely open now, which I like. And so we're going to have to figure out a way to get our knights in the game. Where's his knight going? Here? Let's make that not a move. Let's play b5. We're going to go for queenside expansion. We're down significantly on the clock, but I'm not overly worried about that. The one nice thing this pawn does is it gets rid of the outposts on d5 and any potential outposts on d5 and f5. So even though we have doubled pawns, it's not like it's the end of the world. And I've got to figure out how to get my b8 knight into the game. That's going to be hard. Maybe here, but then you can just kick it out. So I got to make that move more viable. The other option is going knight d7, knight bd7. But then I got to think about where I want this knight to be. Maybe I misplayed this a little bit. Perhaps knight bd7 now, c4 in the future, and then knight c5. That looks interesting. I'd have to play queen c7 to start, though, because or else I'd be hanging a pawn. Or he's... okay. Interesting. If he takes, I undouble my pawn, so I really don't mind that. Let's go queen c7. If I go knight here right away... no, I want to be able to play this. So let's go queen c7. The idea of lining up a battery against the king. I don't see many downsides to this move. If takes, takes. And now here's not a threat, obviously. And also because the queen's defending too. Maybe they had an idea of trying to fork the knight and the bishop. That's entirely possible. I guess we'll find out what they do here. It's hard to find a move for white. But, okay. Yeah, I guess this is an obvious move. Not obvious move, I should say. If we play takes is kind of forced, or else they lose a knight. Well, they have this with check, which is a little annoying. Maybe I misplayed this. I probably did misplay this. Here, queen takes, pawn takes, and at least I win a pawn back. But here, pawn takes, and then queen takes with check. So here, pawn takes, and I'm not too sure what to do. Pawn takes, knight takes. Yeah, okay, I definitely played this wrong. I can play queen here, defending both threats. It's probably what I should do. So let's play queen d7. Here's guarding everything. The problem is that it becomes pretty easy for this to become a weakness in the long run, and I didn't really pay enough attention to that. Here, takes. Maybe we can play knight here now. Knight c6. Knight c6 hangs this pawn, though. Where's this knight trying to go? This way. So here, rook here, I guess. Still playable. Knight here, rook here. It's a weird position, though. By the way, I hope that the volume is good. I'm using a microphone now, which is new. I decided to get a microphone in South Korea. Because why not, right? Why not? Should I take now? There must be some sort of tactic in play. Here, takes, queen takes. It's not great. Here, pawn takes, rook takes. Wait, here? Okay, no, pawn takes right away, perhaps. And then knight here gets my knight into the game, which I like. Probably going to go here, though, to attack my pawn. I'm going to have a hard time keeping everything in play. Okay, we're not doing that. Don't I have rook? This doesn't work. This might work, though. This doesn't work because then they just play here and they win my pawn. Okay, I should move my king out of the way, or I should... Let's get rid of this knight. Seems like a good idea. This knight's causing a lot of problems. We're going to get rid of it, and then we can play this without any problem. So let's do that. Now we're attacking the queen. Queen's probably going to slide here or there. Trying to get this pawn, I'm going to have to play like queen b7. Maybe I should have gone somewhere else. Maybe I should have gone, like, move my knight out of the way, but I don't know. Oh, I hung this check. Ooh. That's dangerous. Okay. Let's go rook here now. Rook e8. Defending the pawn. Kind of messed up there initially. Okay. We're going to slide the bishop all the way back to f8. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wow. This, that's a nice little way to put pressure using the pin. Okay, I'll go king h8 now, just to get out of that pin in the future. This no longer becomes a move. I no longer have to worry about this as much. It's hard to make progress in this game. Okay, that's one way. Takes. Let's do this. Why not? We'll go queen b5 now. Attacking here. I'm down significantly on time. That's not good. A little rusty. I also have almost 4 attackers on this. They have 3 defenders currently. So maybe I'm going to be able to win that pawn. But I need my queen to be at the back, not at the front. Because if it's at the front, my queen becomes a target. Okay, they're letting me take. I don't see a reason why not to. Let's do it. Okay. Take, queen takes, rook takes with check. Maybe I'm missing something here, but we'll try it. Oh, we did miss something here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I totally missed the fact that this is a fork. And there's no way for me to defend both, right? Here, and I lose. Okay. We'll lose the pawn. The knight, I mean. Oh, man. This is bad. This pawn became a real weakness at the end. Here, queen check, bishop e7. No, here they have this. That's annoying. I feel like we just have to. We can't really. Can we defend this pawn? Yeah, we absolutely can. Let's just defend the pawn. Then we lose this. Okay, let's play here. Starting to run out of time. Here doesn't work. Here doesn't work. What can I do? Let's go here. Oh, now I'm hanging this pawn too. Ay, ay, ay. It's not going great. Check doesn't work. Okay. He's gonna take this pawn as well. Check here. I don't know. This person's wrecking me. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? I don't know. I don't know. Knight here looks good. Bishop here, maybe? I'm very much not sure of what to do. This becomes really annoying. I'm going to have to play here, maybe? I don't really know. Anything else that looked good for my opponent? Yeah, okay, that also works. Yeah, this is bad, obviously. I'm down, what, a full piece? And a pawn. No bueno. Okay, let's go here. If here I have this, and we're still fighting. If queen takes, I have... Oh, I don't have anything, actually. Yeah, he just has to play queen takes, and then he wins. At least I'm trying. If he plays knight takes, I have a chance, but, like, even then... Here, and I lose, so... Yeah. Yeah, okay, this is resignable. We're gonna resign. Well played by my opponent. Very well played. I definitely misplayed the opening badly, though. Let's take a look at the analysis. All right, let's analyze this one. Knight c3 to start the game. This is the Van Geet opening. I don't really know my stuff here. I played d5, which is apparently the best move. E4 and d4. Very logical, kicking out the knight, getting control of the center, or at least fighting for the center with both pawns. And after knight g3, I played c5, and this is an accuracy already. Apparently, I should have been playing something like bishop e6, knight c6, and knight f6, trying to get my pieces developed now that I have my pawns in the center. So c5, not a very strong move there. After bishop c4, knight f6 is played, and at knight f3, bishop d6. This all makes sense. Castles, castles. Bishop b6 was the first big decision I made. Apparently, it's the best move. You want to remove the most powerful piece in your opponent's position, the light squared bishop, and you do that by trading off your own bishop. And after the trade happens, I have a weak pawn on e6, but I have an open rook, and so there's compensation. It leads to an imbalanced position, so fun game, and you guys saw it was a pretty fun game. Afterwards, knight d2 was played, and I decided to go b5. Apparently here I should be doing something like knight c6, which makes a lot of sense, developing my pieces fully. Queen e8, anticipating the lack of defense of the e6 pawn, and adding some support there, while also allowing the queen to be more active on my opponent's king side by sliding eventually onto g6, maybe even h5 if the situation allows it. So queen e8 is also a good move here. Did not think about it at all. So b5, and after c3 is played, I decided to go queen c7. Long-term ideas of potentially attacking this pawn on h2. It's never going to actually happen, though, based on the pawn structure, unless my opponent allows it, which probably won't happen at this level. And so after queen b3, that's a move I missed. It attacks both the pawn on e6 and the pawn on b5. It stumped me for a little bit, but I found queen d7, defending both. And knight f3 was played. Here, I have to go a5, apparently, to be able to kick out the queen. The queen's in a menacing spot. a5, a4 is able to successfully kick out the queen. If a5 is met with a4 by my opponent, now I can actually play b4, and this also closes out the queen, because after pawn takes, now the queen has nowhere to go. And yeah, I just didn't realize that was possible. I didn't think about the possibility of kicking out the queen from its spot on b3. It's very powerful there. So instead I went a6, just reinforcing the pawn on b5. Maybe I got to play a little bit more aggressively. And after the knight moves, my rook defends on e6, and now a4 happens. I decide to take. This is not inherently bad. It just relieves some tension, but now the queen has so much open space on my queen side, which is not great for my own development. I played knight c6, best move. And then after bishop d2, I decided to go h6. So I played all this well, and now rook eb8. This is all fine. Apparently here I have to go a5. I don't know about this. If I go a5, a4 is never an idea because of the knight. What's the logic behind a5? a5? Okay. No, a5 is... Oh, a5. Sorry, I was looking at h5. Oh, well, my bad. a5. What does a5 do? I guess a5 allows the knight to be defending this, and there's no way to kick out this knight if you look carefully. No light squared bishop. These knights don't have access. So this knight stays solid in the defense of the a5 pawn, and it allows my queen and my other rook to be more mobile. So that makes sense. That's pretty logical. I played queen b7 though, and this is a big mistake because I left the pawn hanging on e6 with check, and also a bishop in the follow-up. This would be really bad. My opponent missed it though. You were playing pretty fast, and then I decided to defend with the rook. And after knight f5, I slid the bishop back to f8, best move. And here I really should go a5. The other possibility is going knight d7. And that's good too. Knight d7. Is the idea knight d7, knight b6? Pressuring the rook? The rook can just slide back. Oh, the rook cannot slide back. Oh, that's nice. Knight d7, knight b6. You see the rook doesn't have this square, doesn't have this square. If the rook goes here, then you have c4, which actually wins the exchange because the rook has no squares because of this long-ranged bishop. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, wow, that's a nice idea. I decided to go king h8. This is a good move, too. Relieves a lot of tension. And after b4 happens, very committal move b4. Apparently, I should have played d takes on c3. Now, this is another move I don't get the logic of. Why d takes on c3? Because afterwards, now I take on b3. But can't they just take? Oh, I'm missing the dark square bishop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They cannot take. Okay, gotcha. Huh. Fun. So, yeah, I did not think about that. That's something I should try to think about, though. That's not that hard to see. Okay, and here is where I started to go wrong. Queen b5 is fine. And then queen takes on d3 is terrible because it ignores the threat of b5. And b5 absolutely ruined me. b5, and I thought to myself, okay, I can take this pawn because after rook takes, queen takes with check. And I thought this was good because I gained a tempo. And I just missed the fact that this queen on a8 is forking my knight and my bishop. And all his pieces are defended. So... yeah, after this check, even though I have a tempo, I can't really go anywhere and do anything useful with it because I can't defend both my pieces. So that was a big mistake by my end, and it's what lost me the game. Not really too much else to see here, I think. I feel like this was just a matter of losing in material, and a very solid win by my opponent. Like, very, very nicely played. I actually commend my opponent's performance quite a lot here. So we're back down to 1734 ELO. I expected the road from 1700 to 1800 to be significantly harder than it was initially from 1600 to 1700. So let's see exactly how long it takes to get to 1800. We'll find out. We're going to do our best to keep carrying it forward. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Also, some exciting news. I had a couple of requests to do some rap music, and I'm not going to do it on this channel because of the fact that this is pretty much a chess channel. It would be kind of weird for the brand. But what I will do is I'll open a separate channel where I'll be focusing more on rap, and specifically chess-themed rap. So if you're interested in that, take a look at the description below. I'll probably include a link to that channel. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time in tomorrow's video, hopefully. And take care. Goodbye.